What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen again from prisonorfreedom.com, and it's a freedom blog where we talk about the tools, the techniques, and the strategies and the technologies that's available out there to help people find freedom in their lives. And in this video, I want to talk about why I invested in Nextcoin and why you should invest in Nextcoin. Now, if you guys have been investing in or buy or use or sell or trade Bitcoins, you know that the cryptocurrency market is booming, and it's the next. It's probably going to be the next .com bubble, okay, or the .com boom, okay. And obviously, after a few years, there's hundreds of altcoins or alternate coins. Some people say altcoins for short, and there's these cryptocurrencies and these altcoins and these copycat coins that's coming out. Now, there's hundreds of them, okay. Nextcoin is not the only one. There's many others. You can go to coinmarketcap.com and check out all the coins that's available. But in this video, I just want to talk specifically about what I think is pretty revolutionary and pretty cool about Nextcoin, and the reasons why I invested into it personally myself. When I look at these altcoins to invest in, I'm not a programmer and I'm not a coder. Okay, I'm just a user and an investor and a trader. So because of that, I'm not qualified to make a judgment or comment or criticize the source code, the Nextcoin source code. It's been released for the last few weeks, and I never bothered looking at it because I don't know how to read it. Okay, so I cannot comment on it. So when I made the decision to invest in Nextcoin, what I'm investing in is the community and the promises that it has. Okay. Now, obviously, it's a risky venture. If you don't have the money for it, you should not invest into it. Myself personally, I put, let me see, I put in several $1,000s, US dollars into Nextcoin. Okay, so for me, that was the gains that I made from Bitcoin, investing into Bitcoin. So I took some of that and poured it into Nextcoin and several other altcoins. Okay. One of the things that I was fascinated with about Nextcoin was that the fact that it's an original source code. It's the first altcoin to come up with its own code, and the creator of this code is called. His name is BC Next, and he created this coin, which he refers to as Next, and that's it. I refer to it as Nextcoin. But BC Next and all the other developers, they like to refer to it as Next only and not use the term coin behind it. So this is a matter of preference, okay? So there's several reasons. One is that it's an original source code, and I hate nothing more than copycats that are lazy and that are just plain lazy, okay? All these other hundreds of copycat coins, they're too lazy to develop their own code. They're too lazy to come up with something new, and I appreciate the fact that BC Next had the balls to go out there and the courage to go out there and the willingness to get off his butt and write his own code. Okay, from what I've researched online on the Bitcoin Talk forums and the Nextcoin forums, there's been a few people that say that the code is very genius. The reason why is because a lot of things were accomplished and a lot of things were implemented in just a few thousand lines of code. Now, obviously, I'm not a coder, I'm not a programmer, so I don't know what that means, but apparently it seems to be that it's extremely efficient, okay? The formatting of the code varies a little bit. It's a little bit different from what normal Java coders would use to format the Java code, but apparently most of the coders and the programmers who can read, who are capable of reading the code, have mentioned that is not a big issue. The biggest thing that everyone notices is that a lot of work and a lot of algorithms and a lot of things are packed into that few lines of code. So it's very efficient. So that lets people know, that the other coders know that BC Next, whoever he is, appears to be a very, very good coder in this aspect, okay, when it comes to coding in Java, okay. So that was the first reason that I invested into Nextcoin, because it's the first alternate coin. It's the first cryptocurrency. It's the first copycat coin. It's the first altcoin to come up with its original source code. So that alone right there got my interest and got me motivated to invest into it. Again, if you don't have the money to throw away, then I would highly recommend that you do not invest into it and wait until a later point when the price goes up. Yes, you will not gain as much money or reward for coming in at a later time, but that doesn't matter because when Nextcoin grows and it becomes big and it does what everyone claims it does, then it's going to be very huge, okay? And I would not say that, some people say that Nextcoin is the next generation, the second generation to Bitcoin, but at that, I would hesitate to say that at this moment because it's too early, okay? We have a lot of promises and we have a lot of things that people say that Nextcoin can do, but we haven't seen tangible results yet. And so I'm willing to take the risk of investing into Nextcoin early at this stage because I missed the Bitcoin boat and the Bitcoin train. So I'm investing into this and a few other alternate coins that I see that has potential. But I'm doing it with money that I can afford to risk. So I don't recommend that you do it unless it's money that you can afford to risk, okay? The other thing, too, is that in addition to the original source code, the second reason that's very important to me is that the community of people that are developing the Nextcoin. When I was reading through the threads in the BitcoinTalk.com .org forum, I noticed that there was several people who got robbed and got their Nextcoin stolen by unscrupulous people out there, computer hackers out there. And I like the fact that the Nextcoin community got together. There was one MIT graduate named Ricky James who tried to follow the trail of these hackers and investigate it. You can search online for this. The guy who supposedly stole these a bunch of these Nextcoins goes by the name of Epic Thomas, and you can see the reports by Ricky James on the forum. He's an MIT grad, and he was able to. Apparently, he must be very knowledgeable about computers and how to track people down, because he was able to narrow it down that this guy Epic Thomas was one of the key people that was responsible for stealing those Nextcoins, and the community of Nextcoin investors have come together and got a donation together to help replace the missing coins that were stolen out of these early adopters. So that is one of the things I look at, is that the community of Nextcoin developers and investors, they are really working together to help other people make sure that they don't get scammed, they don't get ripped off, and that if something happens, if they can compensate them in some way, they have done it, okay? So that's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at investing into Nextcoin. The third reason that I chose to invest into Nextcoin is the amount of people who are willing to volunteer themselves to help develop the clients, troubleshoot, and just help out, okay? When I was on TradingView.com and I mentioned that I was having problems with, I had problems with my Nextcoin client, I had several people volunteer to help out and spend hours online with me to make sure that my Nextcoin client was working correctly, and they even sent me some Nextcoins, and I like to give them some credit. It was two individuals, Wary Flight on TradingView.com, and also Gun Xeon. They volunteered hours and hours to help make sure that I got my Nextcoin client working correctly and advised me as best as they could online. And they also sent me some Nextcoins to test my Nextcoin client to make sure it was working correctly. So I like the idea that these people, these investors and developers of the Nextcoin community is, going out of their way to help find people's stolen Nextcoins, to help them test out the clients, and so do these different things and offer bounties and other things for people to develop the Nextcoin client and software and troubleshoot the Nextcoin protocol and things like that. So those are some of the reasons that I'm looking at. Keep in mind, guys, that the Nextcoin source code is out there, but we don't have all the features that are there yet. But just looking at the original source code, just looking at the fact that the community is going out of their way to help each other, newer users and adopters like myself, I like that. Now, the third thing that prompted me to invest into Nextcoin is also the features and the benefits of Nextcoin. Okay, they are not just coming up with just random features and benefits. They apparently BC Next, the original creator of the Nextcoin source code, he went out there and he looked at some of the problems and the challenges that were being that Bitcoin faces, and he took that into account, and he came up with the solutions for them, and some other things like the transparent forging, the alias system, the Next trading exchange platform. So all these different, creating a cryptocurrency exchange. So all these things are coming together, and so these features and benefits are things that it's not just being promised, but it's already starting to be developed, and people are already testing it out, and it's getting positive reviews. So that gives me a lot of confidence to invest into Nextcoin. So I hope that this short video on the 3 reasons why I decided to invest into Nextcoin, the original source code, the community that's behind developing the community of people developing the Nextcoin, and also the revolutionary features and benefits that's coming along with Nextcoin. Okay, and it's not just about fast processing transaction speeds like Litecoin or any of those other ones, but the features that are actually realistic that we desperately need, the problems that we desperately need to overcome that Bitcoin is not able to overcome right now. Nextcoin is attempting to solve those problems, and I look forward to it being able to do that and being successful at it, and so that we can have a better cryptocurrency. Okay, thanks for watching this video, and if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. If you guys want to donate and contribute to our Freedom blog at Prison or Freedom